On this podcast, we talk about the books, both old and new, that are worth putting on your to-be-read list. I'll include the back cover synopsis, content warnings, as well as my pro and con list. To avoid any spoilers, head over to my Instagram at enjoylifewithme.angela. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these books. Let's jump in for the day. Today we're going to be talking about The Grump's Bodyguard by Latisha Sexton, which is the third book in the multi-author series Give a Bookish Girl a Biker. This one came out last April. The back cover synopsis says, "It was love at first sight, or at least love at first bloody nose." Thor, if there's one thing the Marines taught me, it was that you don't quit until you've completed your mission, or you die trying. And by the way, Clover Mason keeps shooting fire at me from those violet-colored eyes of hers. It may just be the latter. But like me or not, her Hollywood producer father hired me to protect her, and I will risk my life before letting anything harm that grumpy recluse. Clover. Sometimes I wish I was as brave as the heroines in the books that I edit for my clients. But that doesn't mean I'm ready for a 6-foot, tattooed, redhead bodyguard who thinks he's God's gift to women, shadowing my every move. But Daddy refuses to fire him, claiming that I'm not safe, and unless I want the entire neighborhood to see the large Viking lounging on his motorcycle outside my house 24/7, I'm going to have to let him in my home. But when very real danger threatens to upheave my very quiet life, I realize that Thor is the only one who can keep me safe. This is a dual point of view contemporary romance. There is forced proximity and fake dating. The intimacy is moderate. There's shirtless main male character and makeouts. There's no language and the violence is mild. There's threats with guns. Potential triggers are the anxiety and PTSD from military service and mild life in peril moment. Now, the first time I read this book, I struggled to keep track of the friends group. Since my first read through, I have since read the Dating a Denver Dragon series and the first 2 books in this series. So if you've done the same, you will have no problem. And if you're just grabbing this as a standalone, maybe you're better at keeping track of side characters than I am. I did have a couple of pros on this one though that I felt like were unique. The author things that got defined, like they defined the MMC or FMC acronyms that a lot of us in the book world use for main male character or female main character that no one else is going to understand. So I thought that was really fun that she did that. I also loved the Christian living aspects where they had morning devotional time, because I don't think that is very popular, but it's something a lot of us do, and I like having it normalized in books. I also loved the anxiety and PTSD reps. Life is hard, and learning to lean on heaven and good people is an opportunity for growth, and that was really cool to see. I also want to say my favorite part is that there was enough action to keep it interesting, but it was low-key enough that I could put it down when the kids needed me or it was time for bed. I feel like that's important. So I would love to hear your thoughts on this book or on this series or anything else this author has written. Find me over at enjoylifewithme.angela on social media. I'll make sure I have a clickable link in the show notes so you can come find me and we can talk all about books. As always, I will talk to you soon. Happy reading.